Good morning, everyone. It's Jason Kingery. How are we all doing today? Sorry for a little tardiness getting started here. We have a couple technical difficulties we got to hammer it out. Today, we're going to start with a little inTouch. I want to spend a little bit more time with the campaigns. I don't think enough people are taking advantage of the campaigns and what those campaigns can actually do for you. So I want to spend a little bit of time with those. Also want to show you how to get some pictures in there, load those up in a couple different ways to do that, so you can really start fleshing out your site. We'll start kind of just walking through your inTouch site. I want to just show you mine, show you some of the abilities that you can do with it, and then you can decide what's important for you to do. So let's get started here. And we're going to our inTouch account. So remember, we'll go to the gateway to log in, and then we'll log into our dashboard. Before we get going on that, I want to just kind of walk you through my site. I am a pro user. I'm a big believer in the pro user. One, you do get a separate phone number to call, which is fantastic. You can call this number, and they will be at your beck and call. I got to tell you, they have the patience of a saint. I'll get to that portion when we get back in the backside here and show you where that number is, who you can call to help you get some additional help with that. So you can see this is my page when you go to jasonkingery.com or jasonkingerynoco.com. You can change this image right here. We'll show you how to do that today. Here's I can send them to clients for samples. Here's just some sample ones here for some listings. I load up some other YouTube videos. You can share these stuff. This is all kind of staging stuff, which is kind of good. A little bit about myself. Obviously, there's a lot of words here. Probably need to maybe a few more pictures, but it talks a little bit yourself. Now, the featured listings portion, you can see actually only this one is mine. These other ones are other agents. The cool thing about this, though, if you refresh it, so you see I've got one at 369, 415, 589, 565, and I refresh the site, it will bring up new pictures, and now we've got listings in all kinds of different prices. Whoa, well, 105 with 0 beds and 0 baths. Better get on that one. 405, 299, 185. So as you can see, we have a lot of different, and now it looks like, wow, he's working in every price range, which I think is really kind of cool. That's your home page. Then we'll go to our search page, and we can set this criteria up as well. So it just shows you the map here, and you can change it to a map. You can change search for road, aerial, street side, the views, and as you zoom in here, you can go to certain areas. So let's keep zooming in. A little slow here. Okay, sorry, my zoom didn't seem to be working all of a sudden. Oh, there we go. Just a little slow, got a little lag there. And now you can see there's 10 homes in this area. You can keep zooming down and it will pop those homes up. So your clients can come here and look at all the inventory. This inventory on the right is usually priced highest to lowest and goes down through here. You've got a sell tab. I am frozen. There we go. Let's go to the Sell tab. I'm just running a little slow today, guys. Sorry. Must be a lot of people in the system. It's going to get there eventually, I promise. There we go, Sell. So if you have anyone who's like, hey, we're thinking about selling our house, just say, hey, well, you can just shoot me a quick email. Go to my website and click on Sell. And it says, you know, receive a custom valuation of your home, including comparisons or other homes recently sold on the market. So basically, this is them requesting a CMA. Put their information here. I want to know more. Send my report here. They give you the phone number. Yes, I'm not a robot. And they get their free report. But of course, we get their phone number. We follow up with them and make the phone call. I also have some stuff in here about selling your house. You know, look, I use professional YouTube. I've got some samples of the videos to talk to me about my super duper charged top secret selling for marketing homes. It's obviously utilizing the listing rewards program and all the power that that has behind doing a listing. Just some other stuff about selling your home in here, critical issues, do's and don'ts, etc. So I put some of that information in there. We keep going here. As a pro user, you get the communities and the market insider. So you can actually add the communities that you serve. So here's kind of my area, northern Colorado, that I serve. I kind of walk you through there with these that I've loaded up. Now the Market Insider is really cool. Now if you're not a pro user, I think yours just says local. I don't remember exactly, but I believe it says local. And the cool thing about this is if I have someone who's like, hey Jace, we're thinking about moving to Colorado, but we don't really know where we want to live. I'll say, well, tell me a couple of towns that you're interested in, and I'll simply send them the zip code because it's usually the easiest way to get the best data. And they say, hey, we want to live where you live, Jason. We want to live in beautiful 80550 in Windsor, Colorado. So we click search. And now, if you scroll down here, there's all the data for Windsor: property ownership, stats, median list price, days on market, active listings. And you can keep going right across here to community information. Click on that. Income by household, highest education level attended, crime risk, weather risk. Yep, we get tornadoes and hail in northern Colorado. Median age, married, homes with children, grocery stores. So you get kind of some of that information. Now if they have kids, there's a couple places. You might want to jot this other location down that I recommend. I always tell people to go to schooldigger.com or greatschools.org. Those also have like greatschools.org particularly has some test scores and stuff, but it has some state rankings on how those schools do. So again, that's schooldigger.com or greatschools.org. 4 out of 5 stars, shows you the schools, and in fact, look at that, this is something new. Score view, this is a new one, I guess I've never heard of this one. And then the performance data by School Digger, that's the one I was just mentioning to you. Then we've got compare areas. So maybe they're not sure if they want to live, hey, we're thinking about Windsor, or we wouldn't mind being in southeast Fort Collins, which I believe is 80525. Oops. They can put in 2 zip codes and then click View Comparison. And then we've got the median age. Married, wow, a lot more married people. If you're single, you might want to think about 80525. A little younger, and there's only 41% married. Obviously, a lot more households there. Ability there, pretty darn on market. Homes move a little quicker there. Active listings. I mean, that's basically a whole town. That's only one zip code in the town. So you can kind of get the idea. Schools, etc. Ratios, student-teacher ratios, all that stuff. So this is really kind of some cool information. Feel like, hey, we're thinking about moving here. We don't know what we're looking for. The other piece is the rents. I believe actually this is probably a little low, and I tell people that, look, if you're looking at the fair market rents on the Market Insider, just know that that's probably a little low considering our highly restrictive inventory. And then household by income, the same stuff that we had before. So that's kind of cool. Lastly, we've got some insider tips. And this just kind of breaks down to, they load the stuff up for you. 30-year mortgage rate dips down for 3rd straight week. So it's just some information. You can see we've got, is home flipping for you? Talks about flipping homes and just little articles of ideas, pros and cons for that. Let's go across to your blog. As a pro user, they give you a blog. And we've got some blog tips in here. It looks like this needs to be updated. I'm not sure if I haven't updated that. Let's see if there's anything selling. Yeah, we need to update that. But they write this stuff for you, so it looks like you have something written in there. These last 3, you get to do some customization here. So this is just about, here's a little bit about myself. I really probably need to get some more pictures in here. I got too much verbiage, but you get the idea. I've got the Jason is cool tab. I mean, who's not going to click on that? And I'm having some issues. Apparently, some of my pictures suddenly went sideways, so I have to get back in there and straighten those out. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. Those are my children laying down, I guess. Testimonials. Some information. I always think it's great to have testimonials. And actually, under your About tab, at the bottom, you do have a section for recommendations. Testimonials, if you will. So this is kind of nice to get this stuff in here as well. So that's a customized. The last tab that I did, I actually created one for home partners because I think this is such a powerful program. I think it's really great. I have had people have a lot of success with the home partners, the program summary, advantages, considerations, and then some links to the home partners. So I have folks like, well, look, Jace, we'd like to buy, but we're not ready yet. But boy, if we could find the house we're going to live in and rent it, that would be great. Well, with the home partners program, that's actually the opportunity for them to do that. So that's the tabs. That's your site customized there. Let's get into the back end and look at a few items here. So let's go right back here to the gateway. We'll go to dashboard, assuming I haven't been locked out yet. It's been like shots, and you can always edit this. Now you'll see they're very particular about the image right here, updating your own file. Your image must be a JPEG or PNG file size with no more than 500 kilobytes. The optimal size is 928 by 768. That's the size you need this picture to be, so make sure you resize it there. You can load one up from your computer, or we do have some pre-populated ones down here you can look at. And these are all ones you can scroll to if you want to change any of these. Now, if you're going to do a skyline, I think that's Seattle, but I'm not sure. Don't know that's Seattle. Don't know that those are the skylines you want. San Francisco, probably not. Desert, no, I have a lot of desert here. I thought there was a Colorado one down here somewhere. There we go. There's the Colorado skyline. They're looking on Spear and City Park. So you can do change some of these if you want to change that image out. And again, the properties, the size has to be 1920 by 768. All right, let's go down here to pages. So you saw on my site, I had all these different pages right here. You can actually create those pages right here. Select a page name. You'll have some pre-populated ones. These are the ones that I have that we can edit. So Jason is cool. We took a look at that one. That's where I have a couple of sideways pictures. So I got to figure out how to turn those around. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. But I have one in here, draft, luxury home, something I was working on, but now it just kind of has ended up something that I use for training. So I want to show you how to put some images in here because I think this is important. You've got this great little insert image right here, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, usually it just takes you something that says browse and you pull it off your computer. They actually need a source for it, so it's a little bit different here. So there's two ways you can do it. One is to go back up here to the Marketing Center and click on, where is it at? I think it's images here. And as you can see, I have some images loaded up here. So if you want to, you can go on, I'm going to get on things here, select a file. So if we've got an image here we can grab. Images here. Let's just grab Brenna. She's in my class right now, but we want a JPEG. So we'll grab Brenna's JPEG right there. Open. Now her picture is loaded up in there, and then all we just click is upload. And now the upload's complete, and here's Brenna's image right down here. So now we click on it, and we can copy. Nancy. Copy that image. Go back into our. That image is massive. We'll have to resize that there. Go back into our website. Back into our pages. Let's go to my luxury page where I'm drafting stuff. And now I should be able to just paste that right in there. So let's go down here. And it should paste in there. Command V. Maybe not. Maybe it's giving me some grief today. Let me try this again. grab any picture. Okay. Let's see if I can get that and copy that page. And if it doesn't work this time, then I know when to cut my losses, and I'll show you another way to do it. And now, just paste that, V. Okay, well, that doesn't seem to be working. All right, so we'll no, it's not. We'll circle back to this one and see. It should paste it in there though, guys. So I don't know what's going on. Let's try it one last time here. Let's go to our marketing center because this is I'm really frustrated. I just tried this and it did work. Images. Let's just take this one. Copy image address. Oh, that's what I did wrong. So I don't know all the top secret shortcut keys on this Apple. So to do it, you click copy, and then we'll go back to the copy and paste if you're not a Mac user. If you're a Mac user, it's control, and then you'll select the image, and then paste it there. So we'll just control, select the image. Now we can copy it. So sorry, that may be user error there. So let's go back into our website. Go to our pages. So it'll be a lot easier if you're not a Mac user. If you're a Mac user, it's a command there. Now let's try that again. Just go, and then we're going to paste that source right in there. Click OK. And bada boom, bada bing, there's the picture. You can click on it and now resize it here as well. So I know that's kind of a long way around to do that. It's a little bit of a hassle. But that's the way to get the photos in there, and then they're completely, you can resize them to whatever you want. If you're having multiple photos, I'd keep track of whatever this is going to. You see it on the right here, so you can see this one says 296 by 222. So if you're going to have stuff that's all kind of the same size, you might want to jot those two constraints down so that the rest of your images all kind of match. You saw on my page, on the About section, Jason's Cool, these images were all about the same size. So I've selected them that way and resized them all except for those other couple ones. So that's how to get an image in there. Now, I'm going to show you something really kind of tricky, and it's how to put one of these videos in here. So we're going to go to YouTube. I'm going to find a listing here. Borrow. There's a listing I have. We're going to open up that listing.
Come on home to this 2-story with vaulted ceilings and an open floor plan for entertainers. The basement has a rough-in for a bath and is unfinished for you to customize. Enjoy those Colorado summers at the park right down the street. Jason Kingery has the keys and would love to show you everything in person. Call now to schedule your private showing before this home is gone.
This little thing called source code. Now, I've been talking with the developers trying to get them to change the way that we do this, but I am not having any luck. But I'm still working on it. So we click on the source code. Now, if I want to put that image right below the other one, I'll put enter, and I'm going to paste that source code right down there. I think I grabbed the wrong source code. This is Imaging Market Leader. Sorry, let me try this again here. Let me select. Oh, maybe. Oh no, never mind. I guess that was the right source code. So we'll copy that, and we'll paste it right in there, and click OK. And there it is. There's the house, and there's the video. Oh, no, I did not paste. Hold on, let me try this one more time. I'm having some technical difficulties today, guys.
Come on home to this 2-story with vaulted ceilings and an open floor plan for entertainers. The basement has a rough-in for a bath and is unfinished for you to customize. Enjoy those Colorado summers at the park right down the street. Jason Kingery has the keys and would love to show you everything in person. Call now to schedule your private showing before this home is gone.
Right there. So you can see, now we've got it. So I do want you guys to spend some time fleshing out your sites, doing some of this stuff, really making it your own. Make sure after you make any of these changes, don't forget to click save. I'll say that again. Make sure you make any of these changes, don't forget to click save. All right, we're going to skip the rest of these. This is where I wanted to spend a little bit of time today, getting in here. Obviously, the community serve partners, analytics, some of that stuff, that's fine. The other thing I want you to do here is on my account. I want you to go in here and just confirm that all this information is correct. And you're like, hey, Jason, that's not my right Facebook page, or oh my gosh, they have the wrong address in there. All you have to do is click edit, and then you will be able to change any of these fields. So it's not super complicated to do so. Make sure you load up your social media links so that stuff shows up on your pages as well, so folks can find you and a little bit more about you. All right, I'm still hammering these campaigns because I think there's a lot of people who are not using them. They've changed the setup of these. So if you haven't been in here for a while, you'll notice that they've actually changed the layout and the design on here. So it is a little bit different than it was in the past. So here we go. We've got my campaigns. These are a bunch that you can turn any of these on, pause any of these. These are ones that I've loaded up somewhere along the way. But if you're like, well, geez, I don't know that any of these fit my people, I want to add a campaign. So click Add a New Campaign. And now look at this. We have 96 different campaigns. That's a lot of campaigns we can use to send to our folks. You can also search for certain type of campaigns. Click on buyers. Here's 5. First-time home buyers, move-up buyers, move-up buyers, move-up buyers, newsletter potential buyers. This one is an email step, newsletter for potential buyers. So this is something you could send them. And there's 8 emails that go out. So I click choose this template. And it will open up the template. Now what you want to go to is review and configure steps. So we're going to open up that. And it says, after I've added the contact, a day later, they'll get this email, buying versus renting. So if you happen to get a hold of an apartment complex list or a list of renters in your area, great way. Or if you've met someone at an open house and they're thinking, well, we're not really sure, we might just keep renting because prices are so gosh darn high. No problem. You can still set them up on this and they'll get this. So here's what, this is one that just talks about buying versus renting. Is now the right time for you to buy a home? Owning a home also qualifies for tax benefits. It's just got a lot of information about why you should really consider purchasing a home. And of course, your information will show up down here, your logo and all that stuff. Now, maybe you're like, well, these people seemed a little hot to trot. It seemed like they were really interested in buying sooner rather than later. You can change these steps too. So I'm like, hey, I'm going to send them after this one. 2 weeks later, I'm going to send this one. After that, 2 weeks after that, I'm going to send this one. 2 weeks after that, I'm going to send this one. And then every one of these has just a little bit more information on it. Tips to creating a household budget. So hey, maybe this will help them get their money in, get idea to get their budget in order so they can actually afford to purchase something. So you can see we've got all these kind of different ones here. Let's close this one out. On the top. So this is just one simple campaign. So let's say we like this campaign. We've got a couple renters we met at open houses. We want to do this. So now I can add or remove a contact. So as long as I've added that contact somewhere in there, I can go to specific contacts and add them to it. Search by my groups, and I can add them to it. After they've added to it, you have to activate the campaign. So this is kind of weird. It says you've made edits that have not been saved. These edits will be discarded if you continue. That's fine. That may mean I haven't saved it over here based on changing it to 15 days, but that's fine. I'm just going to click continue. Now here's the CYA, if you will, here. You know, I've reviewed this campaign's recipients. I agree that they've opted in. If they've got a sign-in sheet or you've had a conversation with them and told them that you'd be bringing this, in essence, they've opted in, and that we didn't just harvest a list from somewhere. If you want to include a showcase property, you can do that as well. So I click these two, and then I activate campaign. And now, in my campaigns, there it is. That campaign is now in there. And this says the steps. These are all email-based ones. And obviously, this program is primarily for email. You can see they've got seller ones. So let's say you've met that seller today at an open house this week. He's like, well, we kind of like this house, but we're thinking, you know, we've got to sell our house, and little Timmy is a junior this year, but next year he'll be a senior, and he'll graduate, and then we'll definitely want to move. Great. You can now configure these steps. So this is step 1 of 21. So this is for a lot of a longer haul. Basically just allow you to touch base with them. So you can see these ones, first ones are 14 days, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, trying to build your name, and then 3 weeks, and then a month. This puts you out about 17 months or so. I mean, it really adds the time. And you could, if you think they're 2 years out, little Timmy's only a sophomore, he's going to be a junior, put them on this campaign and spread it out even farther. I think it's real easy to do. Again, same things, save the campaign, add or remove any contacts, and then review and activate. If you go over all these campaigns, there's one for just about everything. There's really a lot that you can do with these campaigns for buyers, for sellers. Some of them you can see, some of these are say email steps. This one's email steps and direct mail. This one is just mailing. So maybe you've got somebody couldn't get an email, but you've got an address for. There's 11 email steps for buyer lead follow-up, short sales. You get the idea. Lots and lots of stuff here. There's all kinds of reasons for you to touch base with your folks. This one's clever cleaning tips. There's 5 email steps for those people who search Pinterest for all that kind of stuff. You can see there's lots to do here. All right, that's campaign. Let's take a quick time out from that, and I want to go over here to the help. I want to spend a little bit of time in here because I don't think enough agents are going to the help and support and seeing what's really here. And this training and support is really pretty awesome. The phone number was there you saw before. They've got all these great featured training stuff. The $1 Million Pipeline program, I think they just finished that up. That was really cool. I know a few agents who actually got in on that and were doing that program. Basics, email templates. You can also search for stuff. So I knew they used to have a class on Craigslist. You type in Craigslist and search. Craigslist posting tool, Craigslist classifieds ad headline example for real estate, good Craigslist real estate ad headlines. Okay, that's cool. Maybe I want to do this. You can click on this and it will open up a quick video. And it talks about what's a good headline. Don't look desperate. Appeal to your target market. Appeal to vanity. And this is just a little 2-minute and 20-second quick video on how to create some great Craigslist headlines. You can go back here. Use Craigslist classifieds to grow your real estate business. 3 tips for posting real estate ads on Craigslist. And you got to remember, there's some creeps and some wackadoos out there in Craigslist, so be careful with all this stuff. But it doesn't mean that people are still not going to that site and using it. Heck, I bought a chop saw of a guy on Craigslist last year. I didn't have any problems. Craigslist headlines. Let's see. Well, there's the $1 million pipeline we kind of talked about. This was a really great program. They had some trainers from all over doing this, coaching this, and training this. And the cool thing is now they're already done with it all. You can actually go back in and access the recording and the downloads for all the webinars. The class notes, accountability trackers, and here's the actual course. It's a 58 minutes, so sit down in front of your computer with a cup of joe and watch this. This one's, they talk about working with millennials, how you capture those buyers, obviously how they use technology to their advantage, how you can stay on par with them. So if you're like me, who's a late Gen Xer or a possible baby boomer out there, this might be something you want to know. We have to understand how buyers are buying houses, especially with the millennials being the largest population base. Sorry, baby boomers, you have been surpassed. We better understand this population segment. So it's winning over leads, knocking your leads out of the park. There's all kinds of stuff in here. And it talks about how your monthly leads should go. Online leads, referral leads, social media, paid leads, all this kind of stuff. But it's really kind of a cool program. If you go back here, they have, you can see on the left side here, there's this one on Craigslist, email marketing, email web marketing, marketing tools. You just click on one of these. Here's marketing tools, 60-minute breaks in your day, part of work, market insider strategies, business planning, real estate 101, internet sources. There's just tons. I mean, there's so much here you couldn't possibly imagine it. So, last thing we'll touch on today, and then we'll call it a day, is the contacts. All contacts, recently active, added contact management groups, importing and exporting. If you're getting some of these leads and you start converting these leads, you know, I think this is a great piece for you to do. You can certainly upload these leads. So let's say you want to add a contact. Boom, click add a contact. So you've met someone at an open house or at a barbecue this last weekend and they said, hey, I'd love for you to keep me informed on the real estate market and what things are selling for and what's going on with interest rates. You can simply add them to here, take any notes. Maybe if you're going to be doing any mailing, you can add their mailing address here, and then any secondary details. Then you can actually go back into those campaigns, and your client will be sitting there, and now you can put that contact into a campaign to try to convert them to someone who's going to be purchasing or selling a home with you in the near future. So really kind of some cool stuff to do there with the contacts. You can also import or export, so if you have a few to import, that's fine. I do this a little differently. I know some people manage their whole database from here. That's not actually how I do it. For me, this is a lead incubator. I take my folks and I load them in that I'm incubating, and then once I've converted them, then I put them in just my regular marketing program. But you can certainly use this for some contact management as well. All right, do we have any questions today? Great. I want to thank you guys all for taking a little time out of your morning to take a look at this program, to see all the really cool stuff that you can do here with the Market Leader system. I think if you just get in there and spend some time, click on some buttons, go around, you can't break the system, you can't hurt the system. So please go in there and spend some time in there. Get your website really looking great. Make it something you can be proud of to tell people, hey, go here, and you can have a lot of information on listings, the market, and the surrounding communities. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.